Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Alt Finance. Some of the biggest stories breaking today. This is the biggest one. SEC poised to drop Coinbase lawsuit, marking big moment for U.S. crypto, which it is. The SEC should have never even brought this upon Coinbase, but the SEC was trying to flex. You know what I mean? Seeing how, whatever they're doing. And they're thinking that next is going to be the Ripple case. It says the company says the commission will vote on a deal negotiated by staff to abandon the enforcement case at the core of the agency's previous crypto stance. A lot's changing with this administration. A lot is changing. It says the Securities and Exchange Commission is said to have agreed to drop the case against Coinbase pending approval from the agency's commissioners, which would represent one of the industry's most consequential SEC legal wins. An SEC decision to completely abandon its accusations that Coinbase is running an unregistered exchange and listing unregistered securities will have deep ramifications for other agency crypto enforcement cases. Halting the regulator's core legal objectives will shift the spotlight from the courts to Congress for deciding standards under which U.S. crypto will operate. It says they're going to vote soon on a deal negotiated with Coinbase to entirely drop the agency's legal pursuit of the crypto exchange Coinbase. The SEC has been awful the last 4 or 5 years. They've just been completely awful. And now people are kind of left scrambling with the new administration in. This is going to be definitely a dub for crypto. And it's just going to be a dub. It's going to be a dub all around. So we're excited for that. Just a little history, just to give you a little history on it. Let's just kind of read through this because a lot of people may not know what happened. It says, if you started in simpler terms, we win, they lose. It says, when the SEC first went after Coinbase, the most prominent of the base, prominent, it's probably it's definitely one of the biggest in the U.S. It said it represented a shot across the bow of the industry. The SEC alleged Coinbase violated federal law by not registering as a clearinghouse, broker, or trading venue based on the agency's view of the so-called Howey test that determines whether an asset is a security. So, Coinbase fought, just like Ripple fought. This just came after the Ripple case was brought to the SEC's attention, and a lot of people were aggravated with the SEC and still constantly aggravated with the SEC. But that's kind of like a little bit of background saying that Coinbase didn't register properly. They didn't register as a clearinghouse or a broker or anything like that. And they were trading securities and they were committing some kind of behind the back, not fraud, but just kind of like they were doing something they weren't supposed to do. The SEC's always had a thorn in the side for crypto. You can read this article if you want. Everything's kind of linked in the description there. But yeah, that's probably one of the biggest stories today is that they're poised to drop the Coinbase lawsuit. Let's move on. Hey, Kanye West. Of course Kanye West is going to do this. Of course Kanye West is rumored to be launching a meme coin. Why would he not? Could that be why he wanted all the attention on him? Whether it was, super negative and... Man, rapper Ye, well, I'm not going to call him Ye. He's Kanye. Rapper Kanye is launching his own coin, YZY, for Yeezy, to be used as the official currency for his Yeezy clothing brand, according to a February 21st post. CoinDesk obtained the information from an email addressed from Hussein Lalani, who claimed to be the chief financial officer of Yeezy. Lalani sent out an unsolicited document outlining the token's launch and asked CoinDesk to withhold publication under an embargo. However, CoinDesk declined the embargo, and the document was later verified by 3 undisclosed sources close to the project. According to one of them, the token's release was initially set for Thursday, but it has been delayed to Friday. According to the unsolicited YZY press release, the Yeezy token distribution will sell 70% of the total supply reserved for Kanye, with the remaining 30% split between 10% for liquidity and 20% for investors. Kanye's portion of the token will be distributed through a multi-phase vesting schedule, with some coins being locked up for up to 12 months, meaning they cannot be sold until that time. Despite the vesting schedule, concerns have been raised over the amount allocated to Ye compared to the share given to investors. Man, I don't know, man. I mean, listen, all these meme coins, with the exception of a few, and when I say a few, I mean like literally 3. You know, I'm like, these meme coins have just, if you didn't get in before they hit the big common exchanges, and when I say common, I mean Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, right? The easier to use crypto.com, the easier to use exchanges, a lot of times you're just left holding the bag, and you're going to provide liquidity for the people that have already wanting to cash out. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. We definitely don't need a Yeezy coin. This is interesting. OpenSea, you guys remember the NFT platform OpenSea, which was the largest on the market. Well, it looks like they reclaimed the NFT market share. They are now continue to be the biggest, surging to 71.5% after C token announcement. So OpenSea is coming out with its own native token, C. OpenSea's share of the Ethereum NTF marketplace came largely at the expense of Blur. The following is an excerpt from the Block's Data and Insight newsletter. OpenSea has experienced somewhat of a resurgence lately, with its share of Ethereum NFT marketplace volume standing at 71.5% this past week. For reference, just 4 weeks prior, OpenSea had a 25.5% share of Ethereum NFT marketplace volume. The bulk of the increase came this past week when its share jumped from 42% to 71.5%, mainly taking away from Blur's share of the total NFT volume. Yeah, so, C token's coming out. It says announced its C token on February 13th, and since then the platform has facilitated an average of 17.4 million in the NFT trading volume per day. For reference, in the 5 days prior to the token announcement, OpenSea averaged just 3.47 million in volume. So OpenSea coming out with its own token, C. I mean, I thought they probably should have did this a while ago. A lot of these platforms that deal with goods that want to trade in their native token, or they want to, give rewards in its token, native token. So that's that there. Yeah, so let's move on. We covered this in another story where the parents of Sam Bankman-Fried was asking for a pardon. The parents were. And now Sam Bankman-Fried is flattering Trump. Before he was all pro-Biden. Now he's flattering Trump. And now he's asking for a pardon during an interview from prison. When it's interesting how, man, I don't know. I don't really have much to say about Sam. I don't know enough about it, but man, I knew that was coming. I knew he'd be looking for a pardon. The FTX founder criticized the incredibly destructive politicization of the judicial system under the Biden administration as he angled for a pardon from President Trump. Sam Bankman-Fried attempted to find common ground with the sitting president in his first interview from prison on February 18th, the day customer repayments began. In the wide-ranging interview with the New York Sun, Bankman-Fried reiterated claims that FTX was solvent but liquid, in that law firm Sullivan and Cromwell mishandled the bankruptcy process. Sam Bankman-Fried is angled for a pardon from President Trump in his first interview in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, where he is serving a 25-year sentence for perpetrating one of the largest cryptocurrency scams to date. I don't like how they say cryptocurrency scams. I don't think it was mishandled for sure. Scam though? I don't think so. I don't think it was a scam. Mishandled for sure. 100% for sure. Sam seeing, Rob Ulbricht getting pardoned, and Ulbricht is now calling for the pardon of other crypto which we'll get into next, actually. You can read the rest of this article if you'd like. Link is in the description. You can check that out. But that kind of is a good segue to this one here. Russ Ulbricht calls for I'm not even gonna refer to him as that, but Bitcoin Jesus Roger Ver to be freed next. Ver was arrested in Spain last April and charged with tax evasion, with U.S. authorities claiming he underreported capital gains made from Bitcoin sales in 2014. You know, I bet you Roger Ver has a really good chance of being pardoned by Trump, especially if Trump is trying to make the United States the crypto capital of the world. I think he's going to have to get some of the smartest people that were involved. And as much as some of these people didn't do nice things and they were all nonviolent offenses, but a lot of these were the OGs, man. A lot of these people locked up were OGs, and the government did not want to see Bitcoin thrive. So what's the best way to make Bitcoin not thrive is get rid of the smartest people that deal with Bitcoin. So, you know, do I think Roger Ver should be pardoned? You know, it depends. It depends. I really don't have an opinion, but it depends. Pardoned Silk Road creator Robert Ulbricht is asking for clemency for Roger Ver, also known as Bitcoin Jesus, who is facing a possible decades-long prison sentence for alleged tax evasion. Now, I mean, if all he did was avoid taxes, I'm not in favor of taxes. So, you know, that's why I can't have an opinion on this. If that's all he did, then maybe he should be pardoned. But who knows? In a February 20th statement to X, the recently freed Ulbricht said Ver advocated for him while he was imprisoned and now wants to return the favor. Roger Ver was there for me when I was down and needed help. Now Roger needs our support, he said. No one should spend the rest of their life in prison over taxes. Let him pay the tax, if any, and be done with it. I agree. I actually agree with that. Ver was arrested in Spain last April based on criminal charges the U.S. had charged with tax evasion, filing false tax returns, and fraud. U.S. authorities argue Ver filed a fraudulent and false exit tax after renouncing his citizenship for the Japanese one in 2014 and are seeking extradition to the U.S., where Ver could face a possible sentence of up to 109 years behind bars. Imagine that. That's wild. The IRS exit tax requires that U.S. citizens pay all the necessary taxes before renouncing their citizenship and removing themselves from the country's taxation system. The U.S. Department of Justice alleges Ver failed to report significant capital gains from Bitcoin sales and underreported the value of two companies when he renounced his U.S. citizenship. Prosecutors allege Ver concealed 131,000 Bitcoin worth nearly $240 million at the time of sale in 2017, leading to a $48 million tax shortfall. Wow. Ver has denied the allegations, arguing that there were barriers to submitting an appropriate exit tax request, including a lack of liquid markets for Bitcoin at the time. He attempted to have the case dismissed last December on the grounds that the U.S. exit tax laws are unconstitutional and vague. Meanwhile, in January 26 video posted on X, Ver asked U.S. President Donald Trump to help him, saying, "Only Trump's commitment to justice can save me." You could get to the article and you could watch this video if you shall wish. Next, let's move on. Grayscale XRP ETF countdown begins as filing hits Federal Register. Mind you that Brazil has already approved a full spot XRP ETF. And this is going on in the U.S. The filing for Grayscale's proposed XRP exchange-traded fund has officially hit the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's Federal Register, bringing it one step closer to becoming a reality. The publication, which entered on Thursday, has triggered a 21-day comment period, with the regulator expected to approve, deny, or further review Grayscale's filing by October 18th. If approved, the ETF would provide a regulated vehicle for exposure to XRP, one of the most talked about cryptos in the market, amid optimism surrounding its legal and regulatory status. You know, the U.S. has always been so slow to do things. The U.S. is extremely slow to act on anything, to be honest with you. And even though we're only 31 days into the new administration, and things have just gone so quickly. But hopefully things just continue to be fixed, and things continue to ramp up a little bit to be able to let legislation go through and to have healthy regulation with a lot of this stuff. So European Central Bank takes a step towards blockchain-based payment system. Now, we were talking about Europe didn't really want to adopt Bitcoin or blockchain. It's pretty interesting that now they want to take steps towards a blockchain-based payment system. It says the ECB's plans to build a payment system on distributed ledger technology could lead to the issuance of a digital euro, which is a CBDC, right? We didn't want that in America, and we don't want that, period. European Central Bank is expanding its efforts to establish a payment system built on blockchain technology, a move that could lead to Europe's largest monetary policy maker issuing a central bank digital currency, or CBDC, like I just said. That's what I just said. Digital Payments Infrastructure Initiative announced Thursday by the ECB will roll out in 2 phases. In the first stage, the Eurozone's monetary authority will develop and implement a payments platform for settlements in central bank money through an interoperability link with the Trans-European Automated Real-Time Gross Settlement Express Transfer System. That is try to say that 5 times fast, abbreviated as Target. And Target is a payment settlement system that is responsible for facilitating the free flow of cash, collateral, and securities across the Eurozone. Interesting. Europe and the United States of America are going in two completely... I mean, they've been going in 2 different directions for a long time, but now it's going to go completely in a different direction. And I've been seeing a lot of articles about this one. Is Jack Dorsey Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto? Is he? Is it possible? I've been watching the arguments and the questions and the comparisons and why they think, and some of them are pretty close, But the one thing that makes it interesting is that it even says it right here. Let's check this out. Not a top suspect. It says Dorsey 48 leads Block, a payments processing firm, and was formerly the CEO of Twitter, which was renamed X after Elon Musk acquired the social media giant in 2022. Dorsey didn't respond to a request to comment, but has batted away inquiries about Nakamoto before. Now, pay attention to this one, the way he's answered. Every single person that has ever been asked this question has flat out said, nope, not me. Nope, it's not me. In 2020, podcaster Lex Friedman asked Dorsey if he was Bitcoin's pseudonymous creator. And Dorsey said no, but didn't stop there. He said no, but if it were, would I tell you? Just kind of leaving that speculatory answer out there. And who knows? Dorsey denied being Nakamoto, but said, I'm very grateful, and if I knew who this person was or would ever have the honor of meeting this person, I would just say thank you. If Dorsey was Satoshi, he'd have the keys to 1.1 million Bitcoin worth $107 billion. My goodness. My goodness. Satoshi filmmaker stands by claim that Peter Todd created Bitcoin. Peter Todd, maybe, but who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Who do you guys think is Satoshi Nakamoto? Let me know in the comments. Who do you think is Satoshi Nakamoto? Let me know. And just a story I wanted to throw out there because I think it's important, and I'll tell you in a minute why. But Trump flows 20% dividend check, but Doge savings still don't add up. They've been doing this. They've been saying, Americans can get a $5,000 check, but they've been doing math, and it would far be more expensive that way than what they're saving. But I think they're going in the right direction. It says an anonymous crypto sleuth named Momentum Chaser has called out the U.S. Department of Government Efficiency, claims that it has saved American taxpayers $55 billion, prompting the agency to revise its figures. The latest in a series of dramatic events that are already impacting Americans. Spearheaded by Tesla founder, website currently shows $55 billion in cuts to various sources of federal funding. Let me tell you why, though. You ready? They were proposing 5,000, and you can come if you want to read this. You can simply click on the link, and you can read the whole thing. But I just want to tell you that last time Trump gave out stimmy checks, right? Stimmy checks. They were what, $1,200? $1,200 stim checks? Okay, $1,200 stim checks, stimulus checks, for those that don't understand the abbreviated term. What did a lot of people do with that free money? Sure, a lot of people squandered, and a lot of people went out and spent a lot of the money. But a lot of people bought crypto with that. A lot of people put it into the crypto market because it was free money. If somebody just hands you money and says do what you want with it, and you have no other open obligations, you might just take that money and say, hey, I'm new to the market. I want to get into the market. Let me try this. So what I think would happen, I think that money, a lot of that money would be dumped into the crypto market. Would that happen? Yes and no. And that's kind of why I wanted to talk about this. Because I want to know what you did with the money. Did you spend it on cars, food? Did you need it? Did you have to go do food shopping? Did you keep it for a rainy day? Did you invest it? Did you just squander it? Did you buy something that you didn't necessarily need? Let me know. That's that there. So who knows what'll happen, whether it adds up or doesn't add up. We don't know what happened. So let's keep moving on. The crypto market is in big green. Big green here. A couple of ones that stand out is SGJTO. We got Move Token, Virtual IP. We've got Gala, Bonk, Near Protocol, WorldCoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's on the rise as well. So this is for the day. For the week, look at that. That's crazy. And ready for this? For the month. Oh! Good Lord, that's a lot of red, man. That is a lot of red. But for the year so far, we're doing okay for the year so far with that big pump in January. But look at the red. Look at the percentage of the red. Like, that's just so crazy. Wild. Floki, XRP, Pepe Coin, Floki, among some of the meme coins in the green for the year. Let's see, for the hour, what do we got? Hype, NAEP, Tau, S, JTO. Anyway, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Appreciate you being here. Make sure you share this video out to anyone who's looking to get into the news. And I will catch you all on the next video. See you later.